So it is official. Dricus du Plessis declined Israel Adesanya bout for UFC 300. He was offered to main event against Izzy on that card, which that sucks that he declined because Israel Adesanya is one of the biggest names right now, one of the biggest superstars in the sport in UFC. And he's right now currently one of the more active superstars on the roster. So it would have been nice to actually have Izzy main event that card, especially himself versus Dricus, because that is a huge fight. So it sucks that it's not on 300. But we know this now as a fact that Dricus declined because Israel Adesanya came out, confirmed that he was offered. He said this on the Theo Von podcast. He said he was on board, but Dricus's team declined. Which, it is smart on Dricus's part. I mean, I don't agree with du Plessis saying that UFC 300 is just a number because it's not. It's supposed to be a milestone event. This is the third 100 UFC event. Like UFC 100, like UFC 200, UFC 300 is supposed to be special. It's supposed to be big. So it's not just a number, Dricus. So I wouldn't say that. But I get why du Plessis didn't take the fight because his fight with Strickland was a war. He took a lot of damage. So I get it. He's taking time off. And he wants to save himself for a potential UFC Africa card, which it seems like it's finally going to happen. I'm not on the Dricus du Plessis is ducking Israel Adesanya train. And trust me, I at one point was a bit of a du Plessis hater. Just because I thought, this guy's not that good, but he keeps winning these fights. He shouldn't be beating Robert Whittaker. He doesn't deserve to be fighting Izzy. So I just wanted Izzy to whoop his ass. But even when he couldn't take the fight at UFC 293, I don't think I accused him of ducking that fight against Israel Adesanya. Now, when there were talks of Izzy, or there were talks of other contenders leapfrogging Dricus if Izzy were to beat Strickland, honestly, I was all for it. I was like, yeah, don't give him a title shot. Why should he fight for the belt anyway? He didn't take the fight at UFC 293, but I never really thought he was scared or ducking. I get it. He wasn't ready. He had an injured foot, so he couldn't fight in September. So he took a title fight when he was ready. And now he's going to take the Israel Adesanya fight when he's ready. He's definitely not scared of Israel Adesanya, especially at this point, given that Adesanya's lost that aura since he's lost twice in the last year now to Pereira and Sean Strickland, and DDP beat Strickland. So that's going to be a huge mental edge, and advantage for Dricus going into the Israel Adesanya fight. But yeah, he's definitely not ducking Izzy. I get it. He's not ready, but it just sucks though. I wish du Plessis could have sacked up, took the fight at 300. I should be the last person to tell Dricus to sack up. He's got plenty of balls, more than I do. But I'm just saying, I wish he could have been willing to take the risk because of how big this card is. UFC 300 needed that big main event, and I feel like DDP versus Adesanya would have been it. If it wasn't Pereira Adesanya 3, it would have been this fight. You know what I mean? But whatever. It'll happen on its own big card, which will be in Africa, South Africa. And I have a feeling that this fight's going to take place probably in July or August. I'm feeling August, the beginning of August. It'll get booked in South Africa, although who knows, maybe it'll be in the States, but it's going to happen in the summer. And just to clarify about what I said earlier about my disrespect with Dricus, I do respect him. I've grown to respect him since that performance with Strickland. He did impress me. His ability to go 5 rounds and adjust mid-fight and just showing how smart and tactical he was. But a lot of that hate just came from me not respecting him as a fighter and thinking he's not good and overachieving. But I was proven wrong. He's the champ. Here he is. So I take back what I said. I'm no longer a hater of du Plessis. I respect him, and he never was afraid of Israel Adesanya. He's not ducking Israel Adesanya. He just wants time to heal, recover, and fight Israel Adesanya when he's at 100%, which is smart too, because, you don't want to fight Israel Adesanya at less than 100%, because I know this fight with Izzy, it's not going to be an easy fight, bro. Israel Adesanya is never an easy fight. Other than for Sean Strickland, Adesanya is a tough guy to deal with, and the Izzy that we saw against Sean Strickland was the worst Israel Adesanya we've seen in years. That was an Izzy on and off night. I think the next time we see Adesanya fight, he's coming for blood. Contender Izzy's back, so I do think this is going to be a tough fight for Dricus du Plessis. Not saying he can't win or doesn't win the fight. I'm not really going to spill the beans on a prediction for that just yet. But yeah, it's definitely not on paper an easy fight, so it's definitely best he should come in this fight fully prepared and healthy. I just wish he could have steamrolled Strickland in the first round so he could fight Israel Adesanya at UFC 300, but it is what it is. Let me know what you think in the comments.